morning and welcome to Cover 2 Cook. We're on episode 70. Today is January 24th. We'll be dropping this on January 25th. But today we're going to talk about what's happening in the NFL right now with all the coaches. We won't talk about the divisional games as that will be on tomorrow's podcast. But all these coaches are getting new jobs while all the rest of them got fired. We're also going to talk about what did we learn from college football this year. We talked about 3 to 5 things we wanted to learn or what we learned from this year. And then we're finishing with trivia. The great Lisa is going to be joining us for trivia. But before I get too far, let me bring on my co-host, Mr. Tim Cook. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. We've had some fill-ins for the coaches positions, and it was an interesting college football season.
Yeah, it totally was. And let's get started with some of these coaches. So I'm going to name off the coaches and what we're still looking at. So Dallas still has nobody, which, there we go. Why not be the star of the show? Dan Campbell needs an offensive and defensive coordinator now because both have went to other teams. Liam Cohn signs with Tampa as an offensive coordinator extension, but then goes to Jacksonville as the head coach there. Pete Carroll is named the head coach of the Raiders. Mike Vrabel has named Josh McDaniel, Terrell Williams as his offensive and defensive coordinator. Aaron Glenn takes the Jets, Aaron Glenn takes the Jets head coaching position, and then Robert Saleh takes the San Fran defensive coordinator position. And then Al Golden, just got taken for the defensive coordinator for Cincy. Out of all these ones, which one's the most surprising or more of exciting?
I think the surprising one is the Liam Cohn one. All of a sudden, Liam decides to sign back with Tampa, but now they fired Trent Baalke. So now we know what the main problem was in Jacksonville. Other than, it could be ownership as well. But I think a lot of these coaches, I don't think he was going to hire anybody until he got rid of Trent Baalke. I think he was not going to get any decent coaches. And Liam Cohn decided, hey, you want me? You got to get rid of the GM.
Well, and it just doesn't make sense. You're so late to the game with GMs. Literally, you're thinking about, in my head, you go and fire this guy, and then now you're going to get a head coach. Now, the head coach doesn't, is he going to be a part of the decision of who the GM's going to be? That makes no sense. You usually do it the other way around. So, it's a dumpster fire in Jacksonville. That just showed how unorganized that organization is right then and there.
Yeah, I totally agree. With the Jets, they got Aaron Glenn. How well is that going to work out with Aaron Rodgers? Is Aaron Rodgers in the plans for next year? Yeah. That you talk about a dumpster fire as well. That's the Jets. What's going to go on with that? Are they going to go in with another quarterback, or are they? Is Aaron going to come back?
Well, and I don't understand the Aaron Glenn decision there, and why I say that is because you hired Robert Saleh, a defensive-minded coach. Now you went and got another defensive-minded coach when obviously the whole problem of this team was the offense. You have all this firepower, but then don't be able to use it correctly, or you go out and get these people, it doesn't work. It just doesn't make sense. I hope the best for Aaron Glenn. I truly do. I think he's a great guy from all those conversations from the show on HBO, Hard Knocks. He looks like a great coach, but that's a hell of a step to take after coming from Detroit.
Well, for a first-year coach.
Yeah.
And then you got Dallas. Come on, Jerry. Get off your ass, man. Come on, you got to do something. You're late to the game as well. You got to get a coach here within the next couple of weeks because the season's going to be over. So you better get somebody because the combine is coming in about a month.
Yeah.
So you got to have, unless he's going to go with his boy Steven, and I know he wants to make a big splash, and maybe he's waiting till after the Super Bowl to make that big splash of the next coach.
Yeah, and it will be the big splash no matter who it is, just because that is what comes with Dallas Cowboys head coaching position. It's just also, Gary, one of these things where it's it's not any of the stars now, but maybe that's what he's never wanted. He doesn't want another star to that, so we'll have to see. I think for me personally, it's the Robert Saleh. He's going back to San Fran, so he came from San Fran before he went to the Jets, and he was a great coach there. That defense always looked great. He looked like he was having fun. And then he went to the Jets, and he just had that grumpy face all the time. I hope he goes back and has a good time. I think he kind of got the shaft in the Jets organization. I don't think it was ever his problem. but less camera time for that guy is probably the best. He says
Right.
some stupid things.
Well, and two, I mean, that defense is, he can make that defense relevant again. I mean,
Yeah.
that defense kind of slipped a little bit with him gone, but now they can make it. But that's the deal with the 49ers. They got to make a lot of big decisions because of their salary cap.
Yeah.
They're going to be way over the salary cap. So some of them like Bosa and Fred Warner, I think Fred Warner may still be under
Yeah.
contract for a couple more years. But, you got to make some major decisions on that defensive side too.
Yeah, and you're going to have to draft well because that's what made you guys be able to do it for as long as you did with Brock Purdy. Now you're going to have to pay him, or are you going to do it over again? Are you going to try to see if you can get another quarterback, which, who knows? I mean, maybe they do go out and do another quarterback. I just doubt it because Brock Purdy's been so reliable for them, so they have to make that decision. But, yeah, it is. It's a lot of coaches are getting jobs. Al Golden, obviously, from us Notre Dame fans. We lose Al Golden to go to defense. It is what it is. The way I look at the national championship, and I've thought about it more and more since it's happened, should have played zone, shouldn't have played man, should have played zone. That's what Texas did, and they survived a little bit easier. We didn't make that decision, so Al Golden, good luck. You were a linebackers coach there before. Now you're going to be a defense coordinator. Good luck in Cincy because they're going to need as much as they can on that defense side.
Yeah, because they was like I think 30th in the league this year. They were not good at all. And
go on.
And another thing too is Pete Carroll's back in.
Yes.
And how much pull did Tom Brady have to get him? I think that's the only bad deal with Carroll is you don't have a quarterback. So what are you doing now? I mean, you're going to draft. You're going to move up the draft to go get you a quarterback. Go get you Shedeur Sanders or somebody like that. That's going to be a big see how that because I think he can mold a rookie quarterback. He did with Russell Wilson. Yeah. I think he can do it again.
I think he's actually in a perfect situation because that's exactly how the Seahawks started. If you remember, they signed Matt Flynn, I think his name was.
Yeah.
And then they drafted Russell, and then by camp getting over, they were like, we're going to go with Russell. He's in a better situation. So I do think if there was a coach that was going to go into the Raiders' bad situation right now, also, if you remember when he took over in Seattle, that's back when San Fran was good. The Rams were good. Like, that was the conference that was winning a lot. So you got to think he's coming into another conference on the AFC side that is dominant. Yeah. So I think it's the best for both parties, and Pete Carroll needs to be in the NFL because no way you're that old and have that much energy without being like. I think a little bit of his heart is taken out from when the Seahawks said they were going to move on from him.
Well, another person, Mike McCarthy. Will we ever see him again? That I don't know. I mean, now almost all the positions are filled.
I don't think you'll see him this year. I think he's a Vrabel. I think he's a Belichick. I don't think you'll see him this year. I think he's going to take a year off because I think of how bad the year ended with the whole scrutiny. He kind of needs to get irrelevant to get back to being relevant, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and maybe, but he was out for a while before Dallas hired him. So, I mean, if he goes out for a long period of time, I don't see him coming back.
Yeah, I don't want to see him on TV, though, either, because he's just not that entertaining. But we wanted to talk about what did we learn from college football this year. We had a great season. It's over. Ohio State wins the national championship with this loaded team. We're starting to see some of these players now going to the draft. But what was one thing you learned this year?
One thing is that you don't have to win the league championship to win the whole darn thing. Ohio State, I think that helped Ohio State and Notre Dame this year. They didn't play in a conference championship.
Yep.
So that gives them an extra week off. I think that helped tremendous. All these other teams had to play another game. And I think that was a big one. And it's a NFL style playoff now. I mean, you got now 12 teams instead of 14 in the NFL. It's just different. I think that week off between those two teams, I think helped a lot.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I actually had that as one of mine is conference championships don't matter because you saw Notre Dame and Ohio State in the championship game. Both did not play for a conference championship, obviously with Notre Dame. But if you look at the Final Four, Texas did not play for or did play for a conference championship, lost a conference championship. Yep. Penn State played for a conference championship, did not win it. None of the teams that won a conference championship. Now, can we go back and say, will it matter eventually depending on what they do? But you're talking about next year, doesn't matter. You're going to have a first-round bye. And we'll see if teams can do better with that because that was a big detriment to even the whole college football playoffs. What else did you want this year?
I mean, another thing, too, is the top 4 seeds, that's got to change. And I don't know if it will because they said that it has to be a unanimous decision for them to change anything. The top 4 seeds got to be the top best teams in the nation. That's how college basketball does it. This is how college football good. You are one of the fourth best teams. You get a bye.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And one of my things I learned this year was the Midwest is back. The Midwest is the best. And why I say that is not because obviously Ohio State and Indiana, or Notre Dame play for a national championship. Penn State was in there, blah blah blah, whatever. But when you look at it, is that first game being at home, that's going to knock out a lot of SEC teams if they don't get that home winner or to get that home game, because they have to go to the cold, and that cold is just a whole different ball game. I don't care where you're raised or what you do. When you get smacked in the mouth on a cold day, you're ready for it or you're not. And you saw it with Tennessee. You saw it with Indiana. Even though Indiana is in the same state as Notre Dame, they just weren't ready for it. So I think that when we talk about how these playoffs are going to go, that first round is going to matter because there's going to be a lot of upsets depending on where that game is.
Yeah, and I did see a report around that the commissioner of the ACC. Did you hear what he wants to do now? He wants, if you're the league, if you win your league, not you win your conference, you don't have to play in the conference championship. He wants them to have rest and let them play off or set off to the side, and the second and third best teams in that league play for the ACC championship.
Well, that defeats the whole purpose, and here's why it defeats it, because if you win conference, you get a ring, right? So you get a Big Ten championship or an ACC championship or whatever. Right. And that's where some of your recruiting has come to, is being like, and what we've talked about. It hurts Notre Dame because if I'm a 5-star athlete, I want a conference championship. Right. I want that ring, but I also want a national championship as well. So now you got in Notre Dame the recruiting of, well, we play for national championships here. Okay, but you still don't play for a conference championship.
Right.
So putting the second and third team, which to that guy, did he not watch the playoffs? Because also at the same time, did you see what teams that had more rest happened to them? They lost. So one doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it doesn't, because then he's thinking that they'll get more teams in. Well, you had 2 teams in from the ACC. How'd that work out for you?
Yeah.
So that doesn't make no sense at all whatsoever. It was kind of a quirky kind of deal, and no.
Well, and I did see Saban's thoughts of him saying that all games should be at bowl sites. I don't agree with that.
No.
You take the fun out of college sports. I get it. You're a guy that's won national championships, and you might be speaking on the other thing that I've learned this year, but I don't agree with that. Play at some of these. I would think you should play more at home sites than you should do at bowl sites. But what is the third thing you learned this year?
I tell you what. I looked at next year's schedule. Holy cow! 3 games that popped up to me: Texas and Ohio State. This is Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
So that's a rematch of the Final Four. Notre Dame goes to Miami.
Yep.
Wow, that's a big one. That's going to be tough. Let's see what Miami can do. Post Cam Ward. Is that team going to be any good? Against Notre Dame that came out of the national championship, and LSU and Clemson. That's another one that's going to be. I looked at the schedule just for Labor Day weekend. There might be 6 or 7 games that are marquee games. I think with these new conferences, you're going to start, and that's another thing I want to. We've seen a lot better scheduling of games with the new conferences of combining the SEC and the Big Ten. We've seen a lot better with that. I think they need to spread it out a little bit more, because it seemed like we had really good games in October and not so much in November. But I mean, they said that the ratings on ESPN for all their games was up tremendously this year.
Yep. No, I definitely agree, and I that actually takes my last thing I learned this year is you woke up the SEC. Not having an SEC team in the championship, not having a great season. Don't think that now they're just, the SEC ain't who they are anymore. No, don't worry. They got the money. They got the tradition. They got it. They'll come back, and Alabama, Auburn. You're going to see some of these teams in the SEC that haven't reigned for a long time. Florida. Watch out for some of these teams that are going to dominate now, because they just saw Ohio State and this puny Catholic school that has no reason to be in the national championship, like Notre Dame, being there. I'm telling you right now, I think you just woke up the beast because of this year. Now, I just hope the SEC says we want to be the best to beat the best, instead of saying we'll take the easy road and we'll wait till playoffs to show who we are. Because I know your schedules say that they look good now, but that's also done 3 to 4 years ago.
Right.
I don't want to see in 3 to 4 years weak competition against SEC because they are all worried about how they're going to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. I hope they don't go backwards, like the SEC goes backwards, just for the simple fact that, well, we don't have the schedule, but if just we have a good record, we're going to make it. I hope they don't do it. I don't think they will. Like you said, some of these games are already pre-scheduled years down in advance. So
yeah, and I think that Notre Dame, Miami starting it off, Carson Beck coming and playing, or it's going to be at his house, but playing against Notre Dame and seeing how the new defense looks, it'll be a great season to start off.
Yeah.
But it's great to see week 1. I know it's because there's week 0 and week 1, but week 1 of college football having a great start to the year.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right. Well, it is time for trivia. So we did Facebook Live for the national championship. A lot of people enjoyed the trivia. Lisa was obviously asking our questions. So we're going to bring her back. She's a 2-time All-American, okay, in volleyball, a 4-year starter at the Illinois College. She is the lucky woman that married me, or some would say the other way around, but whatever. But we want to welcome Lisa. Will you join us now?
Woo!
There she is.
Hello. I'm the lucky woman, huh?
Yes. That's what everyone always says. They say the lucky woman that married me.
That's right. Okay, whatever you hear, I guess.
So tell us the rules of this trivia.
Well, yeah. So after we had some great feedback from the live, I definitely thought we should add this to your shows. So yeah, I did come up with a couple of rules to make this competitive between the two of you. I will say I do want you guys to start off every game with a warm-up question that you work together, get your heads right, and then game on. So
sounds good.
To determine who will go first, you both will be given a question, and the closest one to the answer will go first.
And also, no cheating, Anthony, okay?
I've already looked at all the questions. I'm winning.
Yeah,
I don't know where she lives, but I'll tell you right now, I can look at all those questions.
So, if a player can't get the answer right, the other player will get a chance to steal. We will play for 7 points, or if after 10 questions we don't have a clear winner, I have a sudden death question, and the first to answer correctly wins.
All right.
Sounds good. All right.
All right. You guys ready?
Yep.
I'm ready.
Okay.
So I go first because I'm the host, right?
Home field advantage. Oh,
Home
I
field
got
advantage.
it. Oh, I guess we should have flipped the coin. That's how they do it in the football.
It's always heads up here, bud.
It's rigged already.
All right. Yes. What's the first question?
All right. Well, here's your warm-up question. Work together to answer this. Can you name the 10 active quarterbacks with the most playoff wins?
Tom. Oh, okay. Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Tom Brady.
Active quarterbacks.
Active.
Oh,
I've almost said the same thing.
Yep.
Active quarterbacks.
Matt Stafford.
Yes.
Joe
Flacco.
He is active.
Yes. Yes.
Allen.
Josh Allen.
Yes.
Okay.
Who's in the AFC? Lamar Jackson.
No.
Jalen Hurts.
No.
Baker Mayfield.
No.
I'm just naming starting quarterbacks now.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of starting quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Yeah.
How
many do we have? 10?
Joe Burrow.
Now you have 4 to go.
4 to go.
Joe was right. Yes.
Did we say Lamar Jackson? I think we already did.
Yes, and he's not one.
Okay.
Shoot.
It ain't Herbert.
I don't think he's won one yet.
I don't know either.
No, he didn't win any.
Okay, one of them is in the NFC North.
Jordan Love? No, Jared Goff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that 7?
That's 7. Yep.
Give us some more hints though, because I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's just my basic knowledge here. I don't know.
This is where the fun's going to begin. Is when we have to be like, hey, give us a hint. And she's like, I don't know.
I don't have it.
Okay, let's think too.
Who's in the AFC?
Russell Wilson.
Yes, that's 8. 2 more. I know this one. I wrote a note for this one. He's 3rd string for the Rams right now.
Not Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yes.
Oh, Jimmy.
He's backup.
Yeah.
And then I don't have any hints for this last one, but
I guess Stetson Bennett is probably in front of Jimmy G. So,
No one.
Deshaun Watson?
no.
Brock Purdy.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
So you guys got your minds right. You're both.
I don't know. That one took a little too long.
That was a pretty hard one.
Okay, so this is going to determine who's going to go first. You're both going to get a chance to answer. The closest answer to it will win. Okay. How many receiving yards did Randy Moss have in his NFL career?
Oh my God.
So you both give an answer, and then I'll let you know which one was the closest.
12,500.
He played about 11 years. He had 1,000 yards pretty much. Not every year though. I'd say 10,900.
Okay, so the answer is 15,292.
There it is. You go first.
If you did your math of 1,000 yards for his 15 years, you would have been.
Yeah,
good.
you would have gotten to 15. Yeah. I didn't think he played for 15 years. He played for a while, but I didn't think for 15.
Okay, Tim, you are
Okay.
player number 1. Here's your first question. It's a multiple choice question. Who has the most career rushing yards? Is it A, Barry Sanders, B, Walter Payton, C, Emmitt Smith, or
Emmitt Smith.
D,
Emmitt Smith.
Adrian Peterson? Yes, that is correct. 1 point for Tim. Okay, Anthony, this question's for you. Who did Rex Grossman lose out to in the 2001 Heisman Trophy race?
Why did I get a multiple choice? I didn't get no multiple choice either. What the hell is this? Okay, 2001 Heisman. Shoot. I want to say, but he's probably he's after that.
Now, just remember, if Anthony doesn't get this right, Tim, you do have a chance to steal.
I'm thinking this is going to be
So I know who won the national. That would have been the U back in the day. So because that's the early 2000s,
right.
And I'm trying to think of who's on that team. And I think it was the quarterback for the U back, the Dorsey. But I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jack Dorsey.
Final answer?
Yes.
Eh.
All right.
Tim, do you have a guess?
He actually won this. Andrew Luck.
Oh, no. Eh.
Who was it?
Eric Crouch.
Yeah, who the hell is that?
Okay. Let's see. Now, question goes back to Tim.
Yep.
Yes.
Question number 3. Name the 4 starting quarterbacks with the number 8.
Active starting quarterbacks. In the NFL,
Yes.
Russell Wilson,
No.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Number 8. Oh, God. Herbert.
No.
God, this is hard. Rodgers.
When do I get to take over though?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll do one. Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
Joe
Baker
Burrow.
Mayfield. Oh.
No and
Go
no.
ahead.
No. Okay. You go again then.
Okay. Bryce Young.
No.
God.
No, he's got one. Because I think Caleb Williams is number 1 as well too. But Caleb Williams does look like a number 8.
Jared
Caleb
Goff.
Williams.
Okay,
No,
Jared Goff, no. Anthony, what did you say?
Caleb Williams.
No.
Okay. All right, now it's my turn again.
go ahead.
I'm gonna say Derek Carr.
No. All right, I'll give you each one more guess, and then I'll say them.
Okay.
Tua.
No.
Sam Darnold.
No.
All right, who is it?
Daniel Jones
No.
Oh, for Pete's sakes.
and Will Evans.
Will
Levis.
Levitz. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that does. Okay. Yeah.
Oh boy, we're off to a roaring start
Here
here.
we go.
Good job, everybody. Whoa.
All right, Anthony, this one's for you. Which former Michigan wide receiver and kick punt returner became
Desmond Howard.
famous before winning the Heisman? He's well known for striking a Heisman pose after scoring a touchdown against Ohio State.
Well, I'm going to give you a hint. He's on College Game Day,
Yeah.
and his name is Desmond Howard.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes.
That is correct.
Good job.
Okay. All right, Tim. Question number 5. Which father and son quarterback combination won both the Conference Player of the Year as a member of the Ole Miss football team?
The Mannings.
Can you give me names?
Archie and Eli.
Excellent. Ding, ding, ding. Archie won it in 1969 and Eli won it in 2003.
All right.
Okay. Question number 6, Anthony.
Yeah.
Can you name 5 players that got the MVP vote last year? I have 10 just for a range, but can you give me 5?
So like the year we just got off of or the year before that?
2000 last year, I guess. I don't have the
Okay.
ones for this year.
As I say, it should be this year yet anyway.
So Caleb Williams got one, but he didn't get it.
She's
Yeah.
talking. Are you talking NFL MVP?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking
Okay.
MVP. Oh, okay. Last year's
NFL
MVP.
MVP. Yeah.
Okay, Joe Burrow.
No.
Aaron Rodgers?
No.
No.
You didn't play last year, buddy.
Oh shit. Okay,
Last
one second. Relax. Okay, last year Lamar Jackson,
Yes.
Josh Allen.
Yes.
Last year would have been who else would have? Brock Purdy.
Yes.
And then the fourth one I would say I have to get 5 or 4.
5.
Oh, boy.
Shit. Nobody had a breakout running season though, rushing year, because that's this year that everyone's talking about it. Did TJ Watt get one?
No.
Okay. What about no, Jared Goff wouldn't have because that was all about this year. Brock Purdy, I said already. Russell Wilson sucked. Shoot, I don't know. I mean, I'm sitting here dumbfounded. I don't know. I'll pass.
Oh, there's got to be a wide. Is there a wide receiver in there? Can you give me a hint?
I can give you. There's quarterbacks in here.
There's
Okay, so the last 2 are quarterbacks.
Well, I have a range of 10, so I have a couple of quarterbacks.
Gotcha.
I think one of
Okay.
them's a wide receiver, and I think one of them. Well, I definitely know one of them got hurt this year, so that's all I got for you.
God, top 5.
Stephon Diggs?
No, not top 5, just any 5.
Any 5. Any 5.
Yeah. No,
One
not
that got
Diggs.
hurt this year, though.
I no clue.
All right. Just name
Okay.
him.
All right. There was Dak Prescott,
Oh, shit.
Christian McCaffrey,
Shit.
Tyreek Hill, Patrick
Oh,
Mahomes,
wow. Yeah.
Matt Stafford, CJ Stroud, and Myles Garrett.
I'm going to say this real quick. It seems a lot easier when you're not on the clock. Like, when you're on the clock, it's so much harder. Like, if you would have asked me this question, we were just, like, sitting on the couch watching TV, I probably would have named all 10 of them. But But the fact that it's like on the screen, it's so much harder. So for all the people that are watching, they're like, "What a bunch of idiots!" Try it, and then we'll see.
Exactly.
All right, go to the next question.
All right, right now our score is 2-1, Tim.
Yep.
Okay, now Tim, this question's yours. Who was the first college football player to gain more than 6,000 career rushing yards? First college football player to gain more than 6,000 career rushing yards.
Ron Dane, Wisconsin.
No.
Oh.
Barry Sanders.
No.
No.
Back to you, Tim. Do you know this?
Melvin Gordon.
No.
Earl Campbell.
No. Let me give you the years. 1973 to 1976.
Archie Griffin.
No. Anthony,
Wow.
you got anything?
No clue. No clue.
Okay.
I didn't even know they played football then. Let's be honest. No, I'm just kidding. Go on.
Tony Dorsett.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're sucking as far as Cowboys. Well.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, Anthony, here you go. Which Heisman Trophy winner was also a first-round NBA draft choice? The year was 1994, the year you were born.
Oh, I was
Wow.
gonna say Julius Peppers, but not Julius Peppers.
No.
He was also a first-round basketball player. And what was the beginning of the question though?
Which
was a-
Heisman Trophy winner was also a first-round NBA draft choice?
Gosh, no.
1994. Yeah, I have no clue.
Okay, Tim?
Mm.
It's a wide receiver of some type. It has to be.
Or tight it. Well, no, yeah, because it can't be a tight end.
And Randy Moss didn't play.
I don't.
Charlie Ward.
Charlie Ward. Yeah.
Oh, for Pete's sakes. Yes, he
Yeah.
played for Florida State. Jesus H. Oh, my Lord.
Okay, Tim, this question's to you. Who was the first NFL player to rush for 2,000 yards in a single season?
It would be Eric Dirksen.
No. You said quarterback, right?
No.
Wait,
Running
who
back.
ran-
First NFL player to rush for 2,000 yards in a single season.
I think I might know it now, but go ahead.
Did we name the person earlier in the thing?
No.
Oh shit. Frank Tarkenton.
No. Tim?
How about Earl Campbell?
Oh, no.
I said we didn't name him. Yeah, okay.
No.
Good
Lord, we suck.
No, I don't know.
We
I mean,
didn't.
I'm giving some challenging questions, I will
Yeah,
say.
these are like
It is. These are very.
This is like the 50s. Let's be honest. It's like 60s. I have no clue.
All right. Well, I'll just say it. O.J. Simpson.
For Pete's sakes. Nice.
The glove did not fit.
All right. This is question number 10. Anthony, it's question to you. If you get this right, we're tied and we go to sudden death. If you don't get this, Tim wins.
Don't worry. I've only got one out of this whole damn thing. Here we go.
What defensive player won the Heisman Trophy in 1997?
Woodson. See, here's a problem though, because we have to kind of actually be specific because I'm pretty sure there was brothers that played, right? Because isn't there like Rod Woodson and then there's the other one?
I don't know if they're brothers.
Oh, I thought they were.
I don't.
But the Rod Woodson's not the one. It's
No, I know. I think you've got it.
I don't think I do though. I want to say Mark Woodson, but that's not Woodson. It's not it.
This thing on Fox. I'll give you a hint. He's on Fox every once in a while. He does their pregame.
Yeah, I know. I can picture him.
Okay.
He's got.
Yeah.
Rod Woodson. Nope, that's not it though. I don't know. It's Woodson, but I don't know the first name.
You are very, very close. Tim, Do you got
Charles
this?
Woodson.
Charles
Woodman. Yes.
Yes!
All right, congratulations, Tim. You are the first winner in week 1 of trivia.
Nice.
Bullshit. You did too many 70s and shit, Lisa. We're going to talk about this after the podcast.
I was told to make it up. What? You can't believe me that you don't know your history before you were born.
And there was ones in the 80s that I should have known. I but I just didn't.
So give us question 11. We will not answer, but we will post it on there if people can name it. Give us a question 11.
All right. Well, the sudden death question is, how many teams are in the NFL?
Oh, shit. 32.
That's correct.
That was easy. Where the hell was that in the top 10?
That needs to be the softball question.
Yeah, like how many teams are in the conference? Jesus.
That's hilarious.
Well, that's
what was the
sudden
guy
death,
that?
So that it was just like whoever can say it first would win the tiebreaker.
Oh, yeah, that is actually pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Well, hey, if you listen to me, I gave it. But we do want to thank you, Lisa, for joining. I do think the trivia is going to be something where people are going to have to pause it to see if they can answer it, because I'll tell you right now, it's a lot harder than you think. But we truly want to thank you so much for joining us. And we hope that all the listeners can, participate. If you want to comment and see how many you guys got out of these, because I'll tell you right now, I don't think you're going to get as many as you think because of how hard the questions were. But I truly do thank Lisa for joining us today.
Yeah.
This is episode 70. We'll be back tomorrow, or we'll be back on Sunday for the NFL's last 2 games before the Super Bowl. Championship Sunday. So want to thank everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Lisa, since you got the mic, will you hit the rock music, and we will talk to you later.